Hey, I'm Cameron McKenzie, Editor-in-Chief at theserverside.com, and I want to show you how to discard all the local changes that you've made to your Git working tree since the last commit. Now, to demonstrate this properly, you need to understand the different types of changes you could make to your local repository. So, for example, I've got a Git repository here, and you can see that there's two files in it. I'm going to open up my Git bash shell, and I'm going to issue a git status command, and you're going to see that there's nothing to commit. Everything is beautiful and clean. But let's edit alpha and beta. So I can make a quick change by saying echo ABC and send that to alpha.html. That's just a simple way of putting the letters ABC into alpha.html, and then I'm going to add that to the Git repository. So, well, sorry, not add to the Git repository, but add to the index. So one way you can make a change to your local workspace is by editing a file and then adding it to the index. But you can also edit a file and not add it to the index. So I'm not going to do the git add. So this gives me a separate level of change. Another way a file can get changed is it can just get created. So I'm going to create a file called charlie.html. And I'm going to add charlie.html to the index. And so now I've got a new file that's being tracked in the index. And you can also just create a new file, touchdevo.html. And now I have a file that's been created but isn't in the index. So if I was to do something like say, hey, git status, I'll do the git status over here so we can have this in another window. You can see that I've got really 4 levels of indirection. A modified file in the index, a new file in the index, a modified file that's not been added to the index, and a brand new file that's not been added to the index. Okay, so are you keeping track here? Okay, well, how do we now reset this mess of a workspace so that we discard all of our local changes? So the first thing you do is just do git reset --hard. That is step 1. And when I do this, alpha and beta will be reset to their initial state, and Charlie will be set to its initial state as well. So right now, if I look at beta.html, you notice that the letters ABC are in it. If I look at alpha.html, the letters ABC are in it. That was the echo command that I did earlier. But now I do a git reset hard. Keep your eye on charlie.html. Charlie.html disappears, and now beta has been reverted back to its initial state, and alpha has been reverted back to its initial state. And even if I do a git status command here, you'll see that the only thing that has changed in my local workspace is devo.html. So I can get rid of this last piece of unpleasantness by saying git clean -fdx. And now that will remove the new files that were never tracked. And if I do a git status command, you'll see that once again, I'm on branch master and there is nothing to commit. I have a clean working tree. So at this point, I have successfully discarded all of the local changes. Now, if you enjoyed that tutorial, why don't you head over to theserverside.com. I'm the editor-in-chief over there. We've got lots of great tutorials on Git, DevOps tools, enterprise software development, you name it. If you're interested in my personal antics, you can always follow me on Twitter at CameronMCNZ. And why don't you subscribe on the YouTube?